Welcome to this presentation and demo, Office to Field, from Trimble Quadri BIM model to Trimble Access. This presentation and demo will be held by Vegard, Tor Erik, and myself, Patrick. Bundled together as a common data environment, Trimble Quadri and Trimble Connect provide a platform for design, construct, and as-built models. It allows efficient collaboration for designers, multiple designers working together with various tools against the same BIM model. It allows the contractor to follow the design, have a model to do his tendering, use the model for his quantities and for his setting out data, and allows them to update the model during construction to be able to provide it to the owner as an as-built model. Quadri and Connect allow multiple designers across multiple disciplines, across locations and even time zones to work together on the same model. Before we go to the demo, some of the feedback from contractors in our region. Design companies have been using Quadri and Connect for a long time and have appreciated how it affects the efficiency of the design process, the communication both with the owner and with the contractor, and its ability to help them avoid making mistakes, and that multiple disciplines can work more interactively with each other. Here's some feedback from the contractors. Strabag in Europe, they are now in a situation where in Switzerland, they only receive IFC files as the basis for construction. And they need to be able to read them directly, both for setting out data and for machine control. Skanska, who is constructing the demo project that we're about to show you, have also realized the advantage of using a BIM model as part of the process. Two other contractors in our region, and again, the positive feedback with regard to working against BIM models. So to the project that we're going to use for our demo. This is recognized as quite a successful project, a major road project in Norway. And its success is based on two factors. One is that it was finished ahead of schedule. And two, that the cost of the construction was $150 million below budget. And much of this can be contributed to the fact that they were using a BIM model during the whole process. And now over to our demo. This is the RV3 road project. And thanks to Skanska for allowing us to use this model for our presentation. So this is the constructible BIM model. This has been produced by up to 60 designers representing all the domains involved in a project like this. The designers using a range of design tools, both Trimble and non-Trimble, to produce all the elements. For example, the road system has been designed with Trimble NovaPoint. The bridge has been designed by Trimble Technical Structures. The road marking, road drainage and traffic signs have been designed using Trimble NovaPoint. And the architecture elements have been designed using SketchUp. So for the sake of the demo, we'll have a look at this roundabout here. And let us assume the contractor is about to start construction on the drainage system for this roundabout. Here we see all the design elements are in place, the roundabout itself and its pavement layers, the street lighting, the traffic signs, the road marking. And if we dig under the roundabout, we can see that the complete drainage system is also in place. So the client version is the interface for the designers. But let's say I, as a project leader, now want to check the data to make sure that everything is okay before the contractor starts. So I can move to the web interface. And here I see all the projects that I have access to. And then I can go to the dashboard for this particular project. The dashboard shows me where the project is. It gives me the timeline, which shows me who did what, when, and why. So it shows me all the changes since this project started. And it gives me 3D presentations, which allows me to check the different domains. So for example, I can go to the drainage system, and then from the Quadri model, it streams the drainage system, and I can see now what has been planned. Then I can start looking at this together with the other domains. So for example, if I take in the road and roundabout, I can see very quickly if my manholes are at the correct elevation with regard to the road system. We take that away again, and for example now, if I add the other element I'm interested in is the road signs. And as we look through here, we see very quickly that this particular road sign is on top of a manhole. And I know the contractor is soon to start construction here, so I need to react quickly. So what I can do now is I can create a topic, give it a title, conflict, manhole SA6 and road sign. I can choose a type, so it's a to-do, a priority, it's urgent, and then I can assign it, for example, to my colleague Vegard. We can add a label and we can call it round about 1000. Create a topic, take a snapshot, open the snapshot, and just to make sure that he understands the problem, I can outline it. And then I can say construction starting tomorrow. Please correct and send new setting out data. Urgent, just to underline it. And now my colleague Vegard has received this request.
As the utility engineer on this project, I typically use the Quadri model for both designing and communicating with the other consultants in the project. On the right side, I have activated the topic section, which gives me updated topics as soon as Patrick creates a topic. There may be many topics during a project, so I typically like to filter so I only get those that is assigned to me. So when I press on one of the topics that has been created, I automatically jump to the location where the topic exists. In this case, I also want to press the topic to read the text that Patrick has written. Okay, so I can also see what specifically he meant, but I also want to check myself by checking the model and going below. I can easily see the conflict with the concrete. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to redesign the road drainage and then recalculate. This is the part where I do the redesign in the NovaPoint water and sewer module. As soon as I redo the design, I would need to do a calculation before it's automatically updated in Quadri. And I can of course do this in our own Quadri drawing CAD platform as well. As soon as the calculation is done, we can see that the model has been updated. I now, before I share this new data with Ted through Connect, I would like to first respond to Patrick in the topic by telling him that the task has been completed. So as soon as I have done this, I now want to upload this file to Connect so Ted can start using it directly on the field. I already set up a task, export task, which I show here. So whenever I do a redesign, I can easily just press finish here, and the new design is automatically uploaded to Connect to the same file name as I previously uploaded. So now Ted has the latest version of this drainage file.
Thank you, Vegard, for sending that file through. I can now quickly go into Trimble Connect, and I can see that my model file is sitting there, and I can do a quick verification in Connect to see that it's there. So I'm going to head over to Trimble Access and out into the field. Running this, we can see the Trimble Access project sits ready. I simply open it, and I'm going to create a new job 38. Coordinate system and all the parameters that's supposed to be set is now correctly set. I'm already connected to my GNSS receiver. The first thing I just want to do, I want to have a quick look to see that I'm actually in the area that I'm supposed to do. So we connected to a web map server that kind of stream the tiles through of the background, and we can see that, yeah, this is indeed the area of the Riksvei tree that we want to look at. I'm turning off that, and the next for me now is basically to go and get the file of Connect. So I'm going into my project, and then under my synchronization settings, I will get a direct connection to Trimble Connect, and here I can see the file it is, and this I can basically select. So I go accept, and then on the project side I simply say download. It will now download the file I'm after. And if I open the project, and then I open the job, and then under my layer manager, we can see that this model file is now come in, and we can also see that this is indeed the file that was seen both in Quadri and on Trimble Connect. I can also go and verify that the sign that was basically moved has been moved, and that change has moved over to the field side of things. So I'm going to start doing a setting out job. I'm just going to go to my my plan here. So we're going to plan, and I have an emulator, so I'm just going to move my rover over here. In order to do so, I can interact with the data that is in the model. So I'm going in, and I'm basically picking the object there is there, and I can right click, and then I can, for example, review it. I can see all the metadata that's sitting in that object. It's coming with it. So if I go compute center point, I have the set out point that I want to do, P11, enter, and store. So now the point is ready here. I can simply pick it, and then I can say that I want to stake out this point. Start my survey, and then stake out. It will automatically start guiding you to, as you basically then as you move closer and closer, it will switch over to this menu that tells you you are basically close. And then as you are on the physical object of what you're staking out, it will give you the delta values. So for example, if this was where it was built, I simply press measure, and we store it, and you very quickly get your stake deltas relative to the design point that was there.
Observation stored.
This will be the concept you follow for any of the other set out points you will do on this. So when you're done, you will then basically set the data back to the office again. And the way I do that, I simply go back to this one. I go to my job side, and here I simply either set it in progress if I'm going to work on it, or I set field work complete, and that will now automatically send the data back up to Trimble Connect. Now the data has left the data logger, and if we go back into Connect, this will come in as what we call a to-do. So if we synchronize it there, we can see job 38 is there. I can look at it, and then I can see my job data is coming back. If that was also accompanied with various exports files as land XML, CSV, the same data would have come back. Okay, thank you very much.